Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about the Pact assignment. This checklist sort of outlines for you what you're going to be doing over the next few weeks. If we look here, please notice that when you see the due dates, that means that this assignment is due on that day when class starts. So if you have a class at noon on Thursday, 9/24, and it says this due date, that means it's due at noon at the beginning of class on Thursday, 9/24, not at the end. Okay, so this first assignment is basically to write a brief analysis of your opinion about the American dream. You're going to make your own Google Doc. You're going to fill this out, and you're going to add it to the assignment page. Okay, if you look on the assignment page, you should see an assignment for the American dream prompt. Okay, each time there's an assignment, it will be in this section, which is under the heading of the Pact. Okay, your next one will be to click on this presentation about Benjamin Franklin and aphorisms. It's brief. It describes what an aphorism is. Here, you're going to read this PDF that has a bunch of different aphorisms said by or written by Benjamin Franklin. You're then going to follow these directions as far as how to analyze those aphorisms. You're going to pick 10. I think there's 30 total. Just pick 10 that you feel like you want to respond to. And you're basically going to analyze each aphorism within a Google Doc that you're going to create. The specific directions are in this PDF. So if we click on the PDF, it brings us to the page. Here are all the aphorisms. You're not doing the first one here that describes drawing a picture. You don't have to do that. Just explain what you think the literal meaning of the aphorism is. Like, for example, love your neighbor, yet don't pull down your hedge. What does that mean? What do you think the literal interpretation of that aphorism is? Explain what's the idea that the aphorism expresses, and then come up with a real-world example that connects to its meaning. It could be something that's happened to you. Could be a real-world example from society. It's up to you. That's your connection piece, connecting to the aphorism to sort of help you understand exactly what it means. Okay, so that's the aphorism document, and then there is going to be interspersed in this checklist different grammar for writing assignments. I'm in the process of scanning those worksheets. When I officially have that up and scanned, I'll post the link here. But you will have different brief grammar/writing worksheets as we try to improve our writing. And then as you'll see here, each time you have a reading due, you have guided questions that you have to answer. So, for example, on Thursday, on 10/1 for period 3, and 10/2 Friday for periods 4 and 7, you have to have chapters 1 through 3 of the Pact read, and you have to complete these guided questions. Okay, make a copy of these guided questions, saved in your English folder in your drive. Okay, and then you put in your answers underneath each one. Okay, underneath each question. Okay. Ignore where it says vocabulary. You do not have to do vocabulary. In fact, I should have. Okay, so if you see anything that asks you to do vocabulary, just ignore it. I'll try to delete it from this one sheet, but if you see it in any other sheets, just ignore it. Okay, so that's chapters 1 through 3. You'll have finished those guided questions, and you're going to have to post your answers on the assignment page. Okay, and I will make separate assignment pages for each chapter reading. Okay, same deal for all the other chapters. They're all listed here. Okay, due dates are listed. Okay, please know that sometimes when a chapter reading is due, you may have to take a reading check quiz. I assume you did those types of quizzes in Mr. Roche's class last year, so hopefully you're aware of how that works. Be aware, though, that the questions for this quiz, for this reading check quiz, will be taken directly from the study guide. Okay, which you can then use to help you answer the questions. So you can kind of consider it like an open notebook quiz. Okay, you will be timed, though, so you have to get it done, the quiz, during that allotted time that I give you. That way I know that you're not just scrambling to look up answers right then and there. So basically, if you fill out the study guide and the questions, you should do quite well in this quiz. Because, again, the questions are taken directly from the study guide. If you don't do these guided questions, you will, and I assume that probably means you haven't read either, you will struggle on these open notebook quizzes, on these reading check quizzes. So just be aware of that. Same deal for the grammar for writing. When those worksheets are due, you may have a brief quiz about the skills that are covered on those worksheets. So always be ready for a potential quiz. Okay, so this will take us into mid-October. We'll finish up the Pact, do a lot of these writing worksheets, these grammar for writing. And at the very end, when we're done with the Pact, there will be a brief essay in which we will use all these writing skills that we've learned, where it says grammar for writing, and also our analysis of the Pact and sort of bring it all together. Okay, so that is our checklist for the Pact and some grammar work over the next month. Bye.